Hi, hello Kenza. Thank you so much for your presentation. It really warms my heart to see how women in your community organize themselves and empower themselves to do such wonderful work. I'm just curious about the way that the women in your community organize themselves. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? I've worked with women community as well. I've seen, they have a management board, about 5, 6 people who run the community. But I wonder a bit about how the women in your community organize themselves in this fascinating project.
The first, we organized ourselves because I have a little knowledge on how to organize associations, and before I worked in many associations when I was in college. So that's give me an idea how to manage the association, and we started by learning about that. I make a partner with many associations that I know before. So that's help us for knowing how to have our direction, our كيفاش نقولوا له bureau administratif, the administration, the board administration, the administration board. Sorry for my English. So we started by this. The first, as I said before, it's so difficult because men, they like to do everything. The women work, but the man who has decision, who can, they have our money, and we can tell them, give us please to buy that or this. So it's difficult, but after with working and working and working, we can surmonter cet obstacle. Donc,
get over this constraint.
Yes. I can mix all languages here. Tamazight, French and English. Sorry. So we can that we can
get over the obstacle.
Get over the obstacle. So now we are in association and we have a cooperative. But before creating the cooperative, we make, as I say before, many many trainings with the others for helping us about how not to organize, but how to manage ourselves. Now we managed ourselves. No men. Sorry for men. But Hamza helped me. But Hamza helped me.
Just for context, my name is Hamza. I just joined. Yeah, it's me. I am the man. So that's already that's already the first mistake. Not middleman. Yeah, not middleman. Just the man part, not the middle part. I am an artisan mentor. There are 2 of us. One of them is the co-founder, and I just joined recently. My role here, I'm only here today to assist Kenza. But if you have any questions or follow-up questions later on, do not hesitate. Thanks a lot.
Ashudabi.
Hi, Kenza. It was lovely listening to you and your spirit.
So
and I'm so happy that I got to play around with you with the bamboo yesterday,
Yes.
So my question is, I mean, this is an amazing kind of venture and how you're explaining that. What is your experience about after this venture? What is the take of the middlemen in this? Like, how are they reacting, and how are you, addressing that? Because when you when they have exploited you for so long,
Yes.
it's not easy that they'll just let go, right?
Yes.
So how are they reacting? And no offense, how are the men reacting that you're sort of...
ما نقدرش نجاوب عليها بالاخر بالانجليزي، ولكن غنقول لك انت ترجم ليها. بالنسبه للسماسريه بيان سور ما غتعجبهمش لا بلاتفورم، لان غتقطع عليهم واحد الطريق ديال انهم ياخذوا فلوس وهذا سورتو اننا دابا حنا مستقرين في فاس، دونك غادي نزيدو نديروا لهم حل. زائد ان بالنسبه للرجال اقتنعوا على ان المراه، بالنسبه لا ريجيون ديالي اقتنعوا ان المراه عندها دور وانها كتخدم، اكبر دليل انه ولاو كيخليو هادشي المقارض الجمعيه لان قبل ما كانوش كيبغيو يجيو كنا كنعطيو الخدمه للضيوف دونك دابا ولاو كيجيو للجمعيه.
Okay, so I'm gonna do my best to translate some of that. I should have had training in translation. Anyways, so for the first part, for the middleman, she's saying that of course they're not taking it lightly because most of them are men, and we know that men do not like rejection. So that's the first point. The second, I think so far we did not have. This is my part that I'm adding. I think that so far we did not have enough exposure, and we still, as the presentation showed, we still did not reach really the goal of like changing the Moroccan craft economy. That is the goal, because today we have a model that is working. We have reached. We're working with 1,200 artisans, about 70. Cooperatives and associations, but we still did not change the state of even the cooperatives that work with us. Sometimes won't have orders, won't have sales, and will be obligated in a way to go and work with the middleman for less. It's also the fact that working with Anou requires a lot of engagement, and not everybody is willing to put in the work. So some people are willing to get less, but go through processes that they already know of, that they're familiar with. So that's for the first part. For the man, she's saying that at first there was a lot of course, rejection of the model. Kenza used to go knock on doors, and they would say, why would you want to take a women, and you're not married, so you're taking them to something sinful, etc., etc. And now it has drastically changed. When we were coming in the plane, she told me the story about how the same man that before used to say, "Oh no, you're not taking my wife." See, she's telling me the words that I'm forgetting. And now they're saying, "Take the wife, take the daughter, take like." Yeah, that's really the impact of the association. And before they wouldn't let them come to the association. Now they would just work from the houses. Now they're working from the association itself. So there's tremendous impact, and I think the impact comes from, just like as an insight from what I could see, it comes from the economic impact, because they bring the money now. So that's it. So there's like, the impact is direct, it's visible, they can see it, they're doing things for their community. At first it was hard to do, but now, given that they see the examples, they're willing to.
And the men are happy.
No, that was my question as well, but I just wanted to say I think you're an amazing speaker, really inspirational, and absolutely an amazing female leader for International Women's Day. So, but
just a very short, I mean, I think everyone's absolutely knocked out by this example. What a brilliant way to start off, crafted social enterprise. This is absolutely amazing. So amazing, in fact. I mean, my question is have you had people knocking on your doors from other organizations internationally to sort of look at this model and to see if it will work can be adapted to other situations? Is it too soon yet? Hopefully, by being here, that will platform you and you will get those approaches. But I'm just wondering if you've already received any kind of interest internationally from other communities that might want to try and replicate something very similar to what you're doing, because you seem to be providing so many answers, and it's such a fantastic model. I think we've all been bowled over by it.
So she's saying that people have reached out to us in the past to replicate the model, to get to know more about it, but it just did not work out on their side, because it takes tremendous work to pull something like this. Speaking as somebody that I have known Anou for a few years, but I've just joined 2 months ago, and really seen it from the outside and seen it from the inside is it's mind blowing. Like every day, I wake up and I'm so grateful to be able to work in this for a cause this good and for an initiative, that's a project that's really, really well crafted, the same way that our products are well crafted. So it's just just an insight as well from, just for context, so people understand why I'm here and why I work at Anou. First of all, I work for the artisans. So both me and then the person that co-founded the cooperative could be fired any minute if artisans decided to do so. That's in the papers of the cooperative. That's why we say it's artisan owned. It's really artisan owned, and it's not like some sketchy model. And my role today, meanwhile we get the artisans to that level, meanwhile we get that next generation that masters English and that is able to deal with client emails and requests, etc., is to play that role of mediation between the client and the artisan. But it's not really mediation, because they get, when an order is done, they get a message directly saying, in their language, saying, here's the order, here's the money that you're getting for that order. Do you accept? Do you decline? And I just do the work of like understanding when we have, for example, custom orders, because we do custom orders as well. If you want Moroccan rugs, if you want Amazigh rugs, go on the Anou.com. Also follow us on the Anou on Instagram. It's the.Anou. I forgot to put it on the slide. So sorry, that was the marketing part. So yeah, that's basically the idea. I did not. It's a scam. I did not get my 4%. It's 96%. It's 96%. The 4% is received by the artisan. 96%. I would be so rich. I would be so rich.
Well, because $1 million 2018. Yeah?
Yes. We reached $1 million in cumulative sales. We started in 2014. In 2014, and the model has grown, and now we make 3 million Moroccan dollars a year, which is equivalent, if I remember what I googled yesterday, 300,000 US dollars, just as an idea.
All right, one last question. Yeah.
I have the mic.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
I've had it for some time. Let me just start by saying thank you. I feel so honored to be able to share a region with you. And when we're looking at crafts in MENA, I feel like we already have the ecosystem, so I'm going to speak to you a lot. Someone in the, I don't remember who, but someone in the keynote speakers, 3 fantastic notes in the morning, said, you know, the aim to enable a localized ecosystem. And I think, you know, if we want to sum that up, you're doing it beautifully. I think what was really remarkable for me is that even though you managed to work on localizing the supply and demand into one kind of platform that goes back to the artisans themselves, you're also creating an ecosystem of welfare to the communities. And if we want to go back to the guilds and the work that we have been talking about in working around unions and organizing internally in the communities, I think this is a fundamental need that we need to look at. And you know, when you see that everything is going back into getting into the education system, getting back to the community, and engaging people from the community itself to create that voice, I think this is very remarkable. And I want to ask just a little bit around the official support, the governmental support. How do you approach official institutions when you are doing all of this work that is kind of, you know, an alternative to local councils and governments? Thank you.
Just to sum up what she said real quick. First of all, we love Lebanon. Go Lebanon. Lebanon's great. There you go. Let's do partnerships. Speaking of partnerships, of course, at first when we used to reach out to the Anou team used to reach out to government institutions, from the local to the ministry, the craft ministry, they're supposed to support artisan-led initiatives. They weren't really motivated to work with them. Kenza recalls them telling them when they went to make the papers for the cooperative that how will you manage to manage this, because you're illiterate people should get us to like manage it, should get somebody else to manage it, as we all know. Now it's getting better and better, but it's mostly because Anou is getting so good that it's hard to ignore. So we've been getting support on different things, but one of the things that is lacking, for example, what we're asking from the government and the organizations today, the governmental organizations, is mainly support on the issues we face with, for example, send-in items. So for shipping, for the DHL, there are so many little things in the system that make it so that it's so hard to do business in that sense. So it's mostly on that side. Speaking of funding, just to give you an idea, because I think this is an important idea that was brought up by Amna yesterday or the day before when we spoke. We have today, by the way, we're Ashoka fellows. We've been recognized last year or the beginning of this year, and funding-wise, we now have 2 fundings that just came in from Drosos and from OCP, which is the phosphate company, one of the largest phosphate company in the world, and that happens to be Moroccan. So we have a lot of support in that sense, but we still did not see the support needed from governments, because this goes exactly in the way of what they want to do. We just before. Exactly. Just before coming, we had 2 consultants hired by the government, the Ministry of Craftsmanship, and they came to us with a project that they're trying to implement, and they went away with a wide smile on their faces, because they had just really found that we had done most of the work, basically. So it's the support is lacking. But I think it's coming. I think as more accountability as is happening in Lebanon currently is being demanded, we will see more government institutions coming our way, hopefully. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Consensus from the room? Okay. Direct question, please. Thank you. We want our lunch too.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much for allowing me. I'm Paul. I come from the Philippine Digital Travel and Tourism Network and a part of the National ICT Confederation of the Philippines. I really appreciate where community-based organizations like you, ma'am, are able to use digital transformation in putting value on your social enterprise. I am part of the crafting of the Digital Transformation Bill authored by Senator Sani Angara. Sani Angara comes from Baler, Aurora. He's also a countryside guy. He's one of our senators. And I'm sharing you this because I talked to the Chief of Staff of Senator Angara yesterday with regards to inviting the Philippine craft industry to be part of the digital transformation bill framers, because it's very important on this industry to be included in the digital transformation bill. Because why? The answer is the presentation of our dear speaker, that no matter how good our products are, no matter how good the craftsmanship are, if we don't adapt to technological advancement, then at the end of the day, it all goes to failure. So, ma'am, my question is, who helped you put your products online?
So she's saying before Anou, she never used to use computers or phones or anything. Phones, of course, but not like the same way of taking pictures and like professional pictures for the website, etc. And how the platform came to be is that there's two people that co-founded Anou, one artisan and one Peace Corp volunteer, and they've developed the platform beginning from, at first the project was just an addition to Etsy, to get them on Etsy, but then we realized that artisans and illiterate artisans, and if we want this to really work, they can't get on Etsy because they don't have the language, etc. And that's where it came from. And also you need promotion for Etsy. Just as an information, Anou is running today with 0 dirhams on the marketing budget, and we're making the money we're making today without a marketing budget. And so we developed this platform, made it language free, and crafted it through the years. It's still like we're still making updates every single week to make it the most easy possible. And when there's a new group that joins, we go, artisan leaders go and give trainings to them. And the training as well is like continuous. We're hoping to make it more and more continuous. We've seen like problems in that sense because we're not present enough. That's why Anou is a big scale project, and like there was no concession that was made at any point. We're really trying to do the right thing. So we're trying to figure out, all of these are things that we're trying to work on. So if you have ideas for us or insights on design or training or any ways that we could like partner or anything like that, please reach out, please follow the journey on Instagram, and thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you.
Please give it up for Kenza and Hamza.